Hello, welcome to a VO's Journey. Happy Wednesday! It is Wednesday, and I'm thrilled to be talking to you today about promoting yourself. Okay, self-promotion as a voice actor, how that works, how it can be beneficial. Okay, so we're gonna dive into that. First, I want to talk about the idea here, and we're all aware of it, is creating a personal brand. So a lot of people want to create a personal brand using logos, colors, certain types of pictures. That's very important. Absolutely. But I find that some of the most important ways to brand yourself, right, is by the personal message of actually seeing your face. It's interesting, now more than ever, I see voice actors moving ahead a lot faster than other ones who are embracing showing their face, taking good headshots, putting themselves out there a little bit, because people want to know you're real. People want to know you're not a robot now more than ever, right? So it's important for you to embrace the idea that the time is now that you are going to put yourself out there. And remember, you may be an introvert. I totally understand, but this is what's cool. Like, I know I'm talking to you right now, but in reality, there's a camera. I'm looking into a camera. There's no one here. I mean, my dog's right there, but there's no one here. I can't see you. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what facial expressions you're making. You might be sticking your tongue out at me right now. I don't know. So if you are worried about that and being in front of a camera, don't stress. No one's here. No one's here. Okay? So that you don't have to worry about that. And I promise you, if you go back and listen to my podcast, especially things when I first started, oh my gosh, I was very uncomfortable. And I didn't know what I was doing. Well, part of it too, if you listen to it, because it was 3 a.m, I sounded like a zombie. But I was afraid. I mean, a big reason why I started my podcast was I was afraid to do video, because I thought no one would ever want to see me on a screen. And I'm not saying anybody wants to see me now, but I think I've done so much. I'm like, I understand. If you don't want it, that's totally cool. I don't mind. You know what I mean? Like, you learn over time, and I learned this with voiceover too, that if you do enough and you keep doing it, you'll find that there's people who do like you, and then there's some who, no matter what you do, they'll never like you, and then everybody else is in the middle. They don't care either which way. Do you know what I mean? And that's fine. You get used to that over time. But I'm just saying, this idea of nowadays of putting yourselves out there, creating a personal brand. So what do I mean by that? I mean that video, you talking. So let's say on your website, you know what I mean? A great idea on your website, when you have a website, is to put up a video, a minute-long video. It doesn't need to be more than that. Okay, because after we get a minute 15, minute and a half, it's too long. But a minute video, minute 15, just welcoming the people to your studio. All right, how excited you are to be working with them, what you're looking forward to in the future. All right, for your business and voiceover, and helping them with their business. Okay, like, that's really important, and it's exciting. All right, to do. So I think that's something to really what is it? Embrace. There you go. I'm looking for the word embrace. So that's something to embrace. Social media. Okay, we know, and I've talked about this a little bit in the past couple of days, right? Faceless social media accounts are not doing well at all. Okay, just like anything else, people mess it up. For a while, faceless accounts on YouTube and stuff were doing fantastic. But they're just, they're not as great anymore. People want to see you. They want to know you exist. Okay, they want to know that there's someone there and it's not a robot. Really, interestingly enough, we all love using AI for a variety of reasons. You know what I mean? I mean, we have our pet peeves with AI because of AI voiceover, but AI, when it comes to assisting us with organizing material, coding, things like that, I've been using it a lot to help me with coding for Academy Voices, and it's because I'm not a coder. So, there's a lot of benefits to it, but what I'm trying to say is that, interestingly enough, even though we love to use it, we don't want to socialize with it. We want to socialize with people. So don't make that mistake. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, we don't know, because there's been so much talk, and I don't even know how much of it's real or not real. That's the problem. That, there people could be responding as there could be bots They could be, fake accounts that are set up. They just respond to anybody who posts something with specific keywords in it, right? It searches and finds those and responds. I mean, there's you don't know. So building a personal brand is exactly what it sounds like. It's being personal. Okay, I'm not saying you need to go out there and share, things like as much as I share or whatever, but, show your face once in a while. Talk a little bit about, don't be afraid to interject some things. I love Bren Hegel and what he's, how he's kind of run his business. I remember when I first started, and I remember interviewing him years and years and years ago. I think the interview is still up. I think it's one of the first things up on this YouTube channel. And I'll never forget, I was so nervous interviewing. It was my first interview I'd ever done. And, Brent is just this incredible guy. He runs a studio out in LA. He's been a voiceover for trailers of just, so many major movies, TV shows, and is such a nice guy, right? But anyways, I remember, interviewing him, and it was scary. It was really scary. But the thing is that, he was, so big, such an advocate, right, for putting yourself out there, sharing a little bit of your family life, what you do, making you making that little bit of a real person so that people can connect with you. Do you know what I mean? Especially in branding, because we're talking about personal branding. So you need to do some of that. Now, I do want to take a moment. I always like to do this. If you are just starting out, all right, you're part of VO's Journey Elite Academy. If you're planning on joining, you're not there yet, but you want to join, et cetera, et cetera. You're just starting out in general. You don't need to be forcing yourself to focus on social media. You need to be focusing on building your portfolio, building samples and demos, getting yourself up on websites, right? And slowly starting to work on personal branding. But that personal branding is that thing. I heard this saying a long time ago. It said, branding is one of those things that you can't quantify. It's very hard to quantify, but you can feel it when it's there. And when it's not there, okay, it's very evident. Okay, because a brand brings loyalty, trust. Because, what is a brand? A brand is awareness. Brand is people know you exist. We throw around a lot of these words and not often really focusing on what they really mean. So I hope it kind of shared to you today. Don't be afraid to get yourself, even on platforms that you put yourself up on, get a little welcome video. Now, here's the thing. I didn't do that for a long time because I had my hobo fort. And in my hobo fort, I wasn't very comfortable with it. Meaning I wasn't comfortable showing people my hobo fort. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't comfortable because I thought people would see it and the perception would be that I wasn't a professional. Now, you and I both know that aesthetics have nothing to do with the sound quality. All right. We have extremely professional sound quality, in a packing blanket tent. We know that. All right. With clothes and pillows, things, but people don't necessarily recognize it that way. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure, I was always worried about that. So if you are in that situation, then just don't record it in your booth. Go somewhere, go outside, find a nice background, put some effort into it. That's important. People recognize you putting effort into it. They also recognize when you don't put any effort into it. Same thing with taking pictures. A part of personal branding too is good pictures of yourself. Not pictures that were 15, 20 years ago when we were all thinner, had more hair. All right. Life was different, a beard wasn't starting to get gray or it's already gray or whatever, or whatever. Right. Take photos now, but take good ones. And if you can't, get a professional photographer to help you, that's fine. But use what you have. Get a friend, get a family member, go outside somewhere, find somewhere where you can take some pictures. Our phones, the cameras are unbelievable. It's not everybody has one. Everybody got a good camera now on the phone. That's not a problem. That phones take amazing. The thing is you just got to push yourself, right? To go out there and get in front of, find a nice background, try some different stuff, dress up a little bit and make an effort. It matters. All of those personal branding things do really matter, and people notice it. People recognize it. Keep it consistent. All right, and it'll work out. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to stop talking. I'm trying to keep these not very long. But, I get talking. I can't even help it. Don't forget, this is our St. Patrick's Day sale going on. Make sure you check it out. It's only $24 to try us for the first month, along with the curriculum and all the courses that you get free for being a part of the Academy, as well as the live classes, but also access to, Academy Voices Entertainment and all the stuff we're going there. So make sure you check that out. Love for you to be a part of it. And we're also doing 30% off all our courses too, if you want to check that out. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.